Here's the playbook for what you need to be doing if you're a beginner and want to get an offer for a software engineering job in 9 months. And I've split up this timeline into 3 phases: the credentials and learning phase, the portfolio building and networking phase, and lastly, the job applications and the interview phase. And guys, this isn't the only way to get a software engineering job. Obviously, this is what I would tell myself if I was a beginner starting out. Stage 1 is the longest stage, and it can take about 4.5 months. Now, if you went to college for computer science, or if you have a certificate from a bootcamp, then you don't need to worry about this phase. But if you don't, consider getting a certification from Coursera, such as the Meta Backend Professional Developer Certificate. And 2 months into your certification program, when you will have learned a fair amount of Python, feel free to look into a data structures and algorithms course. You can obviously use free resources to study data structures and algorithms, but if you're having a hard time compiling your information, check out the data structures and algorithms course on LeetCode, which gives you a very complete and practical walkthrough. Okay, now you're in stage 2, which means you have your credentials and you know your data structures and algorithms. What do you do next? At month 4, you can start creating a short list of companies you want to apply to, and you can do this as you're wrapping up your certification and data structures and algorithms course. And I recommend using Google Sheets to track the status of your applications and using a customized version of your resume for each application to maximize the chances of you getting an interview. At month 4, when you're wrapping up your certifications and courses, you should also take on building a full stack web application all by yourself and pushing the code to GitHub. As soon as you've wrapped up your data structures and algorithms course, I want you to go through LeetCode's blind list of 75 questions. These questions cover most of the patterns for problems you should expect to see in your software engineering interviews. And around the same time, you should also start your LinkedIn outreach for networking purposes. You should try to find people who are software engineers working at the companies that you're interested in applying to. Once you've created connections with these people on LinkedIn, I want you to start conversations with them and ask them if they're comfortable referring you to positions you're interested in. And for the jobs you really care about, make sure you only apply to them after you have a referral. As you're building up your networking chops, I want you to start working on team projects and start pushing code to GitHub. Around month 7 is when you should have a solid shortlist of companies as well as a solid funnel of referrals that you can bank on to get interviews. So you should start applying to jobs. Within a month of applying to jobs, and assuming you apply to a lot of jobs, you should start hearing back from these companies with interview requests. And finally, when you get that first offer, make sure you negotiate. So good luck, and let me know in the comments if there's any specific parts that you want me to focus on.